Here we are, 2025. 2024 is gone. Can you believe another year has passed? In this season, I find myself reflecting on what I've accomplished over the last 365 days, or what I didn't. Did I make a difference? Did I change myself for the better? Did I go backwards? Did I get worse than the year before at certain things? Have I impacted anyone in a good way or a bad way? What could I change for this next year? What would I change? Which is different than what I could change. There's a lot of things we could do, but would we? Deep thoughts all around, I know. But maybe we can take these reflections beyond just deep thoughts, make them reality. Perhaps create a small life objective for one or two of them. I try to do this every so often. I've been successful in this exercise a few times. Other times, not so much. But if I can get a little better in even 5% of my pursuits, well, that's 5% better than if I hadn't tried at all. And honestly, it often adds up to more than that, because in striving for an increase in one area, I often see improvements in other adjacent areas. For me, I've seen certain personal traits that increase or decrease my likelihood of success in reaching a goal. I believe it's important to be self-aware like this, to see where I may have a tendency for self-sabotage, or where I may see better success because of a certain trait. Traits like work ethic, sense of obligation to others, guilt, self-determination, perfectionism, indifference, feeling overwhelmed in certain areas, laziness, etc. One character trait I have that has really led to some diminished personal goals attainment is complacency. To ensure we are on the same page here, complacency is a self-satisfaction that is accompanied by an unawareness of an actual danger. So basically feeling pleased with myself when maybe I shouldn't. Like, yeah, I'm good in this area. I'm doing enough. When really, I'm not. And this isn't to sit and beat myself up, never feeling like I'm stacking up like I should. No, this refers to basically kicking aside those nagging feelings that I'm neglecting something I know I shouldn't ignore, but do. Typically, this happens when I have done a thing enough times that I stop worrying about doing it right anymore. I become complacent. Then the thread starts to unravel quickly. Where I've really seen this to be quite evident is with exercise and diet. I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to working out. Eating is another story. I have to try hard to stay committed, but I can do it. Both of these, though, are dependent upon my daily tracking of calories consumed or burned. I know, it's overly simplistic, but it works for me when I work it. So here's the gap in the armor. I have tracked this so consistently over the years. Every once in a while, like every few months or so, I start to think, I'm good. I know what I consume and burn. I don't need to track this anymore. I become complacent. Then, inevitably, a few weeks go by, a month, two, without tracking consistently. My fitness declines and my weight goes up. This happens every time. And I know this, yet I allow this complacency to derail my progress. So I end up starting over and refocusing on those little details that I knew were important, but let slip because I thought I was good. Another area I've seen goals slip because of complacency is in effectively leading others. I mean, in an official capacity. My entire adult life has been dedicated to leading in some form or another, especially in the military. It's something I'm passionate about, a pursuit that I genuinely enjoy developing. As such, I spent a lot of time studying, applying, and teaching leadership. What this does, though, when I get so engrossed in an endeavor, is allow little openings, tiny cracks in the wall, missteps that I'd surely never take because I know this stuff all too well, right? I don't even notice them at first because I'm able to carry the load in other areas. But eventually, I let enough things slip. The cracks expand and the dam breaks. All because I didn't do those little basic things that I knew I should have. Complacency, again. So specifically, with leadership, here are a few of the basics I have let slide in the past, which brought on consequences I didn't really like. Things like getting out and visiting with folks on a routine basis, like every day or week or even month, collecting feedback face to face, not allowing email to become the priority, being positive and motivated, fiercely enforcing standards or changing them, properly developing mid-level leaders, learning the team's culture, getting the wrong people off the bus, remembering that our people see everything, never forgetting to engage my brain before speaking. I have about 700 more of these, but hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. I know all this stuff, right? I don't need to focus on them. I mean, I've studied it. Heck, I've taught it. Even though we become skilled in an area, doesn't mean we can forget the basics, the foundation that enabled us to progress. Complacency can cripple us if we aren't careful. Martial arts have been integral to my personal development over the years. And there's a concept that is taught by all great martial arts masters. The idea is this: you can't allow yourself to get too caught up in the advanced, fancy techniques, the most elaborate moves, the flashy routines, constantly making it all more complicated. It's better to focus on the most basic stances, forms, punches, and kicks, the stuff learned as a novice. Get and stay really good at the basics, and your overall skill will continue to grow. Mastery of any skill, martial arts or otherwise, develops by applied repetition of an activity's foundational building blocks. You can use any sport as an example. So often, we overcomplicate things as we build on our experiences and hone our skills. We can achieve a lot by simply not getting complacent with the basics in any given situation.